Today I thought we can look at something I have been thinking about for a while now, and that is trying to build like a web store for AI agents. So the way I thought about this is I kind of imagine that in the future we can have like a headless web store for AI agents, and I think we can actually use MCP, the Model Context Protocol, to set this up. So today's video is going to be my attempt of creating this. And of course, this is just going to be like an early version, and we can maybe expand upon this later. But this is kind of my idea, right? You can see here we have an AI agent owner. That could be me. And what I want to do is I just want to give my AI agent a message. I need a new shirt. Find one for me for less than $20, right? That is all the request I'm going to send to my agent. And now this has the opportunity. This could be like a third-party MCP server. Let's say Amazon creates their own MCP for their store, and we can connect to this via our AI agent. And this web store MCP server has, let's say, these two features that we're going to create today. It can have a database with the product, price, stock, description of the product, size, images, and order status. I think we need that. And it can have Stripe that can create checkout sessions. So basically, we as the owner, we only send this request to our agent, and they have also two-way communication. For our case, that's going to be email. So we're going to see today if we can build this server and make it work so that our agent can go out and find a new shirt for us, actually order the product, get the checkout sessions, maybe send that back to the owner. We have maybe some kind of status or state here for the order. So when the owner actually pay for this, it gets fulfilled and it's going to be sent. But basically we want to see if we can make this work. So I think we're just going to head over to Gemini 2.5 and start building out this server, and we're gonna test it out. Okay, so let's start by looking at kind of my plan here. This is gonna be, of course, some context we're gonna feed to Gemini 2.5 Pro. So if you look at the plan I wrote down here, it's basically this MCP server should be a headless web store for an e-commerce website, for example. This means that the MCP server is a web store for AI agent, not humans. The MCP server in production will be hosted for all AI agents to connect to. So that is some of my ideas. This will not be hosted locally. If, let's say, this were Amazon's web server, MCP server, that would, of course, has to be hosted, let's say, on the cloud, AWS. So every agent has an easy way to connect to this server and can actually, use the headless web store for Amazon. So in testing today, we will host this locally. The AI agent connects to the MCP server with a goal in mind. Buy a new jacket, for example. The agent knows the price range, color the owner wants. Okay, that is kind of the request. So how this works, the MCP server has to have a tool to look up products in our Supabase database to get the data like price, name, description, size, image, links. A request is made, of course, and this will return a list of products. We need that. The MCP server will have a tool to create a checkout session link for the products using Stripe. The order status is stored in the Supabase database with an order and an agent ID. This status will change completed when checkout session is completed. So let's say we send a checkout session to the owner, and when this is completed, we can actually have some kind of link between those. I haven't really figured out how, so that the order gets updated, but that's not the point of today's video. So typically the AI agent sends an email to the owner with the checkout session link, information about the order, and this product will not be shipped until the owner confirms the order by paying for the product, and the status will be updated. The MCP server will have a tool to update the stock in products after an order is complete. That is also important. So the wrap up is, this is the first web store designed for AI agent for a headless approach. The goal of creating an alternative for existing e-commerce to create an easier way for agents to buy products. So that is basically the plan. And what I did, since I have built some servers before, we have built a Supabase MCP server before. So I just went ahead, found some examples of working MCP server for Supabase. So we can actually skip some. I also did the same with Stripe. I added some code examples of working MCP servers for Stripe. So, and along with our prompt, right? We're gonna build an MCP server for a headless ecom store, right? We'll upload some examples. We will also need some SQL code to create the DB and some mock data. Based on the plan.md, let's start building our MCP server, please. So these are the contexts we're gonna take over to our Gemini here. So I'm just gonna upload this. So let's just take our context here, just put it down here, right? And let's just paste in our prompt. And let's just see where this takes us now. So we're just gonna run this and see how far along we can go here. Okay, so this looks pretty good, right? So you can see we have a DB setup, is SQL. So I'm just gonna grab this SQL code here to actually go create our databases. And we probably need some mock data too. Let's see if we have that. Yeah, we can insert some mock data here. Perfect, we have that too. So I'm just gonna copy this SQL here. I'm gonna head to my Supabase, my SQL editor, and let's just run this. We have a products table, so this has some mock data. We have 12 items, we have the name of the item, we have the description, right, of each item, we have some prices, we have the stock, colors, sizes, we have an image URL. So yeah, that's basically all we wanted. And we have some, yeah, timestamps and stuff. But basically, this is our product list now of everything that we have in our store. We also have a table for orders that's gonna come in. So yeah, I think this is a good start. So if we go back to Gemini here now, you can see the next thing we're gonna do is we need to create a server, right? So we have types.ts, so let me just set that up. Okay, so we just created a folder, servers, Webstores server, and yeah, we can go into that. So let's do cd servers, cd, what do you call it? Webstores server, right? Okay, and let's do an npm y init, create our package, right? And we need to update that. So I saw further down here, Gemini 2.4 provided us with a package here, JSON, perfect, so we can just copy that. Okay, good, so we kind of have our package. I can zoom it up like this. And we need tsconfig.json, right? We need that. We can tsconfig, perfect, so let's just copy that. Good. And we also want to create a folder, so let's call it source, and in this let's create a types.ts, and let's do an index.ts, right? And now we can go grab some code here, so we have types.ts, let's copy that, back here, paste that in, and let's grab our index.ts, let's copy that, go back here, paste in that, okay, good. And now we can do an npm install. Good, we have that. And let's try to build this now. There's probably gonna be a lot of errors, but let's do npm run build. I expect some build errors here. Okay, so we only have one error, that's fine. Let's copy this. And let's go back here and let's do error, fix this. And let's ask Gemini to fix our build error. Okay, so let's try again. Okay, we got more errors. Let's try to fix those. Okay, let's try that. Let's refresh index, right? Paste it in, clear this, and let's build it again. Perfect, so now we have kind of built this. You can see we get a dist here. So index.js, perfect. So all we have to do now is just add this server and point to this index here, and hopefully we should be good to go. But we need some arguments, that is going to be our Stripe API key. We're going to need our Supabase URL and our key. So let me set that up. So what I meant by that is that I'm going to be using Cloud Code as the client for this project. So we need to add this web store server, right? So I need my Supabase URL, my key, and my Stripe key. And I'm going to point to this index.js, right? So let me just set up this here. I'm going to find my keys and everything. And I'm going to try to add this to Cloud Code. Okay, so what I did now is I actually moved this web store server over to where I had all my other MCP servers, so we kind of communicate with my email and stuff, but we're only gonna use the web store server and our email. So you can see we have the same dist here with the index.js, and I have actually gone ahead. If we do Claude MCP list now, I have added this. So you can see web store server is added. So if we do a Claude here now, this should come up. So we have MCP 5 servers, but you can see our web store server is connected. Perfect. So this means now that we can start to test this out. Okay. Don't mind, this is just, I have done some Supabase before, some Stripe. I just wanted to put everything together so I didn't have to add my email server again. So what we need to do now is to, if we go back to this, remember we need to be the AI agent owner in this case, so we need to send a request. But the AI agent now is of course not autonomous, so we're gonna act as the AI agent and the owner in our example. But let's try it out now. Let's try to order a shirt that is less than $20. Yeah. Let's test it out and see how well it works. So back here on Claude Code now, what we can do is we can just, let's say I'm acting as the AI agent now, right? I can say list all your products. So this is gonna be aimed at the web store server, right? In your web store. Right? Let's see if this works. Okay, good. So we're gonna use the tool web store server list products in stock only equals true. That's good. I like that choice. Okay. Perfect. So now you can see we listed our coat, green hoodie, red casual t-shirt. We have a couple of those. And here you can see in stock. I guess we could have gotten more if we wanted to. Some products appear to be duplicated. Yeah, that is because I added... I did a mock-up data twice. I just didn't really want to change it. But let's say we have these items, right? And let's say now the agent know what is in store. And remember our goal was to find a shirt that is less than $20. So we can list all shirts less than $20. So the call is going to be a shirt, max price 20, in stock true, yes. And we can find... we have 2 shirts, right? Red casual shirt, t-shirt, $19.95. Perfect. So that is the only shirt that is available, right? And let's say the AI agent went to this web store, this headless MCP server web store, and now it needs to report back to the owner. So let's say the agents decide to do send all info to Chris, like if he likes the shirt, we can proceed. So this is probably going to create an email now. It understands that based on this context, and we're going to send an email, right? Yes. So the email was sent. Now let's look up the email we got, and we can look at the shirt, and we can decide if we want to buy this. Okay, perfect. So you can see I have an email from my AI agent Chris here. Hello Chris, here's the information about the red casual t-shirt you might be interested in. We get the price, the description, the colors in stock, great. And the image, we can look up the image. So here you can see, yeah, I like this shirt. This looks pretty good, right? I don't mind this, okay? Please let us know if you'd like to proceed with your purchase. If you need any information, thank you, Flow Agent. So I'm gonna answer to this email now. So I'm just gonna do, yeah, I like this. Let's order one in medium size. Great. I'm gonna send this. And let's say the agent kind of understands that some time has passed, let's say 10 minutes. And the agent thinks, let's check if Chris has responded. That could have been some time past. Yes, we're gonna read our latest emails. Ah, we found the email, so you can see. We found this email. Yeah, I like this. Let's order one in medium. And we're gonna read this. Perfect. You can see we have the thread here. And now we can use the tool. Web store server, create checkout session, product ID 2, quantity 1. Okay. Yes. Yes. Chris replied, want to order in size medium. I created a checkout session for him. He complete the payment here. And now we good. Send it to him. Because I'm acting as the agent now. This would have been, of course, autonomous, right? So we sent the email. Okay, so let's test this link. Yeah, that works, right? Red casual t-shirt, 19.95. We can do the payment. I'm not gonna pay it now. This is just for an example, right? And let's say we completed this payment and everything was good. But if we go back to the database now, in the orders field, you can see we have a Stripe session ID. Great, that could identify this payment. We have the status that is pending. You can zoom in a bit here. And we have the amount, the item, and the customer email. Great. And that's basically all the information we need, right? So let's say I went ahead, I paid this, and we had some kind of link between the Stripe and the MCP server for, let's say, our web store, that when I, as the customer, paid this, let's say a website or something, then we update. But I could just do it manually here. Chris paid for the shirt, it's completed, right? And now we got an email, right? Your order has been proceeded, order was completed. We'll update you when it ships. Thank you for the business. Flow agent store. This is a bit sus, but this could work like this. And if we go to our order DB now, you can see it's completed. But I'm kind of acting as both the agent and the MCP server now. Of course, the MCP server wouldn't really have any connection to the agent. But to show this, I kind of have to act on both ends here, right? So this is kind of the basic idea. That our agent could go out and actually buy a shirt or actually look for products for our for the owner of the agent, like the mail we got here, right, with the image and everything. I thought it was pretty cool. So yeah, this is something I've been thinking about, and I don't know, be interested to hear what you think. Do you really think this setup here is gonna be something that these websites is gonna adapt? Do you think these e-commerce stores, like big e-commerce stores, like yeah, let's say Amazon, is gonna prepare for AI agents to do orders for them? So this was, of course, a very simplified version of this, but I just think it's interesting to see what we actually can create using this model context protocol servers, and it's just a lot of flexibility. And going forward on these channels, we're gonna try to build even more complex MCP servers that can do a lot of custom stuff. So a very interesting time to play around, and there's a lot of buzz about this AI agent. And like I said, I've been really happy playing around with Gemini 2.5 Pro. Really check it out if you haven't. It's a superb model, and we're probably gonna do a dedicated video on this soon, looking at how you can take advantage of the big context window, because that is something we haven't really seen before in models that are good at writing code. So we're gonna do some videos coming up and really take advantage of the token count here. So yeah, hope you found this interesting. Hopefully this gave you some ideas what you can create with your MCP servers. So a really fun space to be in right now, and there's a lot of stuff happening. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this. Like I said, hope you learned something, and I'll see you again very soon.